Hello and welcome back. Today, we're tackling a topic that's been making headlines for decades: global warming. But we're not just going to regurgitate the usual talking points. Instead, we're going to explore a book that challenges the very foundation of the mainstream narrative: Shattered Consensus: The True State of Global Warming, edited by Patrick J. Michaels. The debate over global warming has been raging for years, with two main camps: those who believe human activities are causing catastrophic climate change, and those who argue that the science is far from settled. Michaels and his contributors fall firmly into the latter camp, and they make a compelling case that the so-called consensus on global warming is, in fact, a fragile house of cards. So, what exactly is this shattered consensus Michaels refers to? Well, it starts with the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or IPCC, the United Nations body that has been the primary voice on climate change for decades. The IPCC's reports, particularly the summary for policymakers, are often cited as the definitive word on the subject. But Michaels and his team argue that these reports are riddled with inconsistencies, omissions, and outright errors. Let's take a closer look at some of the key points Michaels raises. First, Michaels dedicates a significant portion of the book to debunking the infamous hockey stick graph, which purports to show that recent temperatures are the warmest in the past 1,000 years. He argues that the graph is based on flawed methodology and manipulated data. He highlights that data used in the original study, MBH 98, doesn't match the data archived by the authors. For example, the South America PC calculation listed 18 sites in the original paper, but only 11 in the archived data. He also argues that the number of principal components retained in the analysis varied across different networks, suggesting an inconsistent or non-rational methodology. He adds that these flaws undermine the conclusion that the 20th century is uniquely warm. Another major point of contention is the urban heat island effect, where urban areas are warmer than their rural surroundings due to human activities. Michaels argues that the IPCC has underestimated the impact of urbanization on temperature records. Studies have shown that the biasing effect of land use changes, including urbanization, is about 3 times larger than previously thought. Michaels suggests that the warming observed in the historical record may be partly due to the urban heat island effect rather than solely due to greenhouse gas emissions. Another point Michaels emphasizes is the importance of natural climate variability. Particularly, he argues that the IPCC's claims about the increased frequency and intensity of El Niño events are not supported by historical data. He also points out the strong correlation between solar irradiance and near-surface air temperature anomalies. He suggests that the warming in the early 20th century, which is as large as the late 20th century warming, is largely attributed to solar changes. Michaels criticizes the reliance on climate models, arguing that different models produce vastly different predictions, and many fail to accurately simulate observed climate phenomena. He also points out that the models place too much emphasis on CO2 as the primary driver of climate change, while ignoring other important factors such as natural variability and the role of clouds. He also challenges the notion that global warming is leading to an increase in severe weather events. He argues that studies have shown no significant trend in the frequency or intensity of hurricanes, tornadoes, or other severe weather events over the past century, and that the media often sensationalizes weather events, leading to a perception of increased severity that is not supported by scientific evidence. Now, it's important to note that Michaels' arguments are not without controversy. Many scientists and experts disagree with his conclusions and argue that the evidence for human-caused climate change is overwhelming. But the value of shattered consensus lies in its ability to challenge the status quo and encourage critical thinking. So what can we take away from all of this? Well, for starters, it's clear that the science of climate change is complex and multifaceted, while the consensus among climate scientists is that human activities are contributing to climate change. The exact extent and impact are still subjects of ongoing research and debate. Michael's book serves as a reminder that we must approach the issue with an open mind and a willingness to question assumptions. It's crucial to consider a wide range of perspectives and to critically evaluate the evidence before making policy decisions that could have far-reaching consequences. Thank you for joining us on this journey through shattered consensus. If you found this discussion intriguing, I highly recommend picking up a copy of the book and diving deeper into the arguments presented. And don't forget to subscribe to BrightLearn for more thought-provoking conversations on the issues that matter. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep seeking the truth. Visit brightlearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.